We gotta talk about this great basketball team.
I know. We promise you a whole lot of laughs next time Courtney comes on, because we were dying there in the break in between then. But sincerely, I do want to ask about this basketball team. Bounced back after that really thrilling game in Tuscaloosa about a week ago. Double overtime game. Got their wits about them. Knocked off a really good Missouri team over the weekend. They got a big one coming up tonight. But revisit the game against Missouri. How big was that for their confidence as they move forward in a really tough stretch?
Well, huge, honestly, Gerhard, because you needed that win. You needed a win over a team that, quite frankly, has looked a lot better in February. And I think I even said that to you guys as well. They've looked a lot better here down the stretch. So you knew that Missouri was coming in here, and they're going, this would be a huge win for us, right, to come into Bud Walton Arena. And it started out a little shaky. When I started watching the game, I went, oh no, like we're gonna have the same old. What kind of impressed me about this Arkansas team was to have that start and come back from it and be able to combat that, because we haven't seen that happen with them in many games this year. There's been so many games where it's been a slow start. They've been kind of punched in the mouth a little bit, and they've just laid down and said, oh, we don't know how to handle this. Well, Coach Calipari has kind of said, wait a second, you guys can battle, you can do this, and you can come back and win. So that's what it showed to me. The other thing it showed to me is Darius Acuff. Love him to death, guys. I love him to death, okay? He doesn't need to be scoring 49 points in a game, every single game. Yeah. He can have a quieter night, a quieter afternoon. We still say that. He still drops 20. Just a cool 20. But what makes me really happy, right? We're going to talk about Darius Acuff. Other guys stepping up. Billy Richmond. Sneakily. Sneakily. Let's be honest. Last 3 games, y'all. Is this okay? Are these his stats for the last 3 games? Thank you for bringing it, Patrick. If you did this,
he did. Yeah, he did. He's a genius.
Because I've been on the Billy Richmond hype train as well.
Yes, Billy Richmond, Billy Goat. There's a reason why they call him that, right? Because sneakily over the last 3 games, right? He's had 3 over 20-point performances. I think 1 was right at 20. But so, right, you're averaging 22 points per game. And look at the shooting. I mean, shooting almost 65% from the field, 50% from the 3. I mean, these are incredible stats. You look at rebounds, assists, steals. He's doing a bit of everything. He's the Energizer Bunny. He gets out there and he gives 130% for this team. Everybody says, hey, Darius Acuff. Let's talk about Malik Thomas. Let's talk about the bigs and how they need to step up. Billy Richmond might just be what you need going down the stretch with Carter Knox being out for, I mean, I think the rest of the season. Some people are still holding on to hope that he'll come back in March. I don't think he's going to be a factor. So if he's out for the rest of the year, Billy Richmond was the guy you needed to step up, and I think Coach Cal is very happy that so far the last 3 games he has.
Yeah, and I mean, we played the Coach Cal sound on our show earlier in the year about certain guys liking to grab into that bag of tricks. Was Billy Richmond one of those guys you think he was talking to, or no? Because this seems like he's been shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like Billy, and I'm going to compare a player I had on my show, and shameless plug to my own show if you're watching on our CTV platforms, to Full Courtney Press. I do a basketball show each and every week here, and I had Devo Davis, a former Hog, on our show. And Devo, Mr. March Madness, as he's called, because he lights it up in March, and he's the Energizer Bunny for those teams. I asked, do you really think Billy Richmond is like you? Because I think you guys have a similar play style. And he goes, listen, he goes, that boy's better than me. He goes, I appreciate the comparison. But he goes, first of all, he has hops. He's so athletic. Look at the stats he's been able to produce over the last 3 games. This guy is so talented, and it's kind of just really going under the radar. Like he was saying, he's a guy you could see in the league next year. And we know this draft class is stacked. We know. Right. But Billy Richmond could absolutely kind of go in there, under the radar, and just be a serious stud when it comes to the NBA. But yeah, I think it was always there. And I think he was in a way talking about Billy Richmond when he said that quote, because Billy sometimes tries to get fancy with it. Yeah. Sometimes Billy's trying to he's trying to play hero ball. And you're like, Billy, don't, as I quote Cal from Kentucky last year, Billy, stop it. Because that's exactly what you want to yell at him sometimes. Billy, stop it. You don't need to do that. And so I think he's almost broken it down really, really easy for him, going, hey, you can do a bit of everything. And Billy's kind of gone, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And
Right.
we've seen that. So
I love it. Love it. Okay, so we were talking earlier about Bud Walton Arena, and last time you were on, we were like, hey, Bud Walton it's good for 5 points. There's certain coaches that I just know, hey, they will steal 6 points on 3 inbounds plays, just creative. They'll catch a team off guard and they'll do it. It felt like Bud Walton Arena was that to a certain extent. You mentioned you were a little nervous in the Missouri game to start. Should we still be giving that little buffer, that little bump up to Bud Walton before Buckyball comes in town tonight?
I think so.
Yeah.
I still think you have to give Bud Walton its credit. Now, it is a weeknight game.
Yeah.
I believe it's an 8 o'clock tip. Am I
It
right
is.
on that?
You're right
Is
on
it
that.
8
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's a late game,
Mhm.
That sometimes can help Arkansas fans because it allows them to get off work and drive. And some people are driving over from Little Rock, so that's 2 hours, right? So it allows people to get there and get into the arena. But also some people go, hey, I don't know if I'll go to the game because it's going to be a late night. And no, I don't want to hear any of that, okay? This is an important matchup for both teams, right?
Mhm.
This is an important matchup for Texas A&M. They're coming in here. I mean, how should we describe this? I mean, their SEC hopes, their hopes of winning the SEC in regular season title may be still alive.
Maybe.
A little
Right.
bit.
Right.
A little bit. Like a little bit. I think like life support on that a little bit for them. So they're trying to get this win tonight.
Mhm.
They want to get this win. And especially after starting off so hot in the year, we all kind of knew this would happen with the Aggies just a little
Mhm.
bit because their back half of the schedule was, oh my
Brutal.
goodness.
Yeah, brutal.
I'm actually kind of impressed Buckyball has done so well with the kind of games and teams that they've had to face here at the end of the year. So they want to win this game. They're going to come in here. They're going to press. That's what Buckyball is, right? It's just press you in any situation. It's fun to watch.
Right.
It's a nightmare for the other team. It's a
Mhm.
nightmare for the Hogs. But the Hogs are athletic. Obviously, on the offensive end, they are so good. So will it disrupt them? We'll see. I think you got to give some love to the home crowd, though. I think you got to give some love to Bud Walton Arena because hopefully it's a good crowd. Hopefully the people show up and show out, and they make it really tough for Texas A&M and uncomfortable for them to be playing in that environment.
Absolutely.
To
Yeah, go ahead.
keep the SEC hopes alive, you got to win tonight.
Yep.
You definitely have to win Saturday. That could definitely help.
Yep.
And why don't you just keep on winning some more? How about that?
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
100%.
You have to win, right?
Yeah, just win.
Just win, baby.
Winning.
Al Davis style. Just win.